Don't want to leave? Want to live at Disney World? I'll make it a realty reality. Everything from Dr. Phillips to Davenport, Claremont to Kissimmee, Winter Garden or Windermere, and Disney's own Celebration and Golden Oak. I'm Realtor Victor Naraki, and this is Disney at your doorstep.
Hello, hello. Oh, listen, Neil. Oh my gosh, how are you? How are you? Adam, how are you? Well, today I'm at an investment community. I don't do enough of these. I really don't. In this area, there's a big market for renting an entire home as opposed to renting just one room at a resort. So owning the property, there's a benefit to this over, for example, an area like Miami, because one of the great things is here we are not seasonal. While in Miami, that's seasonal. Chris, thank you so much. That's such a nice thought. Thank you. Hello, Kathleen. So what you do is you'd buy the house like you would your normal second home. Now, these are townhomes. We're going to look at these now. And you would buy it. And when you're not using it, maybe those, other 11 months, you'd rent it out to people traveling to see Disney World. How much are these places? Okay, well, I'll give you a quick rundown of the prices just to give you an estimate right now. Single family homes here start in the low 400s. We're 23 minutes from Disney World, even with traffic. There's traffic today. And the townhouses are in the 340s. So we're going to look at a townhouse right now. This is the Castaway model. I've actually looked at this in another community. I've got one under contract right now in another community. Hello, Adam. We're from Scotland. My neighbors are moving back to Scotland. They're from neighbors are moving in the next week or so. So we're going to enter here, go into this townhome. Now, here's something I want to point out to you. A lot of times when you sell a normal single family home or a townhome, well, the price doesn't include a pool. When it's an investment property like this, the pool is included. Is that inclusive of the HOA fees? Absolutely not, Chris. No. But I appreciate you asking about the HOA fees. The HOA fees are $238 a month here. And that includes a great community center. It includes one of the features that people really like, which is a manned gate. Okay, manned gate. And it includes internet service, not cable, but internet service. But there also is a CDD fee. CDD fee is a community district development fee. Okay, so basically, when a community is built, the builders get a bond with the county to pay for the upfront costs of the infrastructure. Now, some builders Some builders include it. It may be that it's, is everybody frozen? Okay, some builders include it in the cost of the home. Some do it as a CDD fee that you pay over time. So the reason I like this model that they have created here is it's got one bedroom downstairs. Here it is, a first floor bedroom. Okay, first floor bedroom with a full bath and step-in shower. Nobody ever puts the toilet seats down. Unbelievable. See what you women go through. God, here I come in. I have to go in. I should hire someone to run ahead and turn down the toilet seats. But a step-in shower. So if people are bringing grandma and grandpa with them, which very often happens, they've got their own room downstairs, or it's for a teenager or someone who wants a little bit more privacy. Okay, great feature. Great feature. Now here's a storage closet. This is what I would lock up and make into the owner's closet. Okay. It's got a drop zone right here. I will tell you, I'm not crazy about cabinets and things like that because cleaners don't clean those out. If there's stuff left in there, they just leave it in there. They don't clean it out. They So I like stuff like this where they would say, oh, someone left this, and DVC family. Oh, that's great. Great. I always think it's a great idea if I could sell to people who are changing from DVCs to selling your DVC membership to, and then they're going to buy a house. So cabinetry, appliances. You get, when you buy a house like this, you get really everything included because you don't want to, build a house and then have a house set up for vacation rentals and then not have necessities like a stove. So as I mentioned, the pools are all included. I'm going to go probably out there in a little bit and talk to you about some of the key features of a short-term rental. And that'll do before I move to the next house. Okay, so if anybody's interested, just stay tuned. I'll give you my top 10 features of, for 5 years, me and my sister had short-term rentals. I had a big learning curve, let me tell you, for short-term rentals. DVC fan, thank you. I'm glad you pointed that out. Here's a couple things that I like about this pool. Number one, it's not just a splash pool. Okay. A lot of these units will have a pool that you can't actually even, make a stroke in, and this allows you to swim back and forth. You want to remember to warn all your guests, this isn't a diving pool. This pool is not made for diving. Even though you tell people, you got to tell them again. I also like the fact that it's got steps to step into the pool, for your, anybody who needs steps. And it doesn't, the only thing I would put there maybe is a railing. But that's it. And here's the other good news. Okay, the way this is set up, look how much sun it's getting right now. I would not have that table there, obviously. I would put the table right here. Okay. And I would put, 4 sun chairs lined up there. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, the pool is very good for a townhome. So let's go upstairs. I'm going to take my clipboard with me. We'll go and look at, I have one of these under contract right now at another community. Let's go look. All right, so here we have at the top of the stairs is a flex space. A lot of people set this up to watch TV, maybe the games, maybe get a, what do you call, PlayStation. Here you have a nice Marvel Comics room. You could, here's the thing. This is all set up for Marvel Comics, right? Maybe one or two more things in here would make it really rentable. But you guys always gotta remember that you gotta do something that the kids are gonna choose the room, Now this is set up as a princess room. And the thing is, only 25% of customers are going to have all girls if they have 2 kids, statistically. So I wouldn't do a princess room. I want to do it very generic. I always say the best thing to do is a castle room. For the boys and then for the girls. Boys like castles, girls like castles. But not a princess room for short-term rental. Okay. Sometimes I think I walk too fast doing these things, so I'm going to try to slow down. We're going to see another house after this. That's going to be our day. Here we have what kind of, well, it's interesting. The thing is about the rooms, this is pink. I don't know if you could tell that. The thing about the rooms is you gotta make sure it's going to photograph well. It's actually very, very important that the house photographs well. Okay. Step-in shower, also very important that you have a nice step-in shower. Now, obviously, sometimes you want a tub, but I honestly think it's better to have a step-in shower. So is everybody watching? Where's everybody watching from? Where's everybody watching from? Now, here we go. Here's the master owner's suite. We're supposed to call it now. Owner's suite, primary bedroom. This is a very, very big room. Upstate New York, DVC. Oh, great. Must be cold there now. It's 80 degrees here today. I'm not crazy about fabric, not for a short-term rental. Here's the Owner's bath, dual vanity. Step-in shower. A good sized closet, because you got to remember, people are coming here on vacation. They don't need a walk-in closet on vacation. They're only going to have one or two suitcases full with the stuff. And that's the AC. That was a Lennox AC. So do you have any questions? Because I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go through 10 of the big features that you need in a short-term rental if you're thinking of owning an investment property. Also, it has a linen closet. Not, some of these things are real important in a regular home. I'm not crazy about all these drawers here. I tell you, I'm really not. Because, like I said, people leave stuff in them, and the cleaners don't have the time to clean out all that stuff. They really don't. And this one has a step-in tub. That's nice to have for the kids, especially if you've got little kids. Okay, yes, what are the additional fees? That's a very good question when you have a townhome. The thing about a townhome is that it is really maintenance free. Now, because they do your lawn care, they maintain the painting of the property. They do, and they also take care of the roof. So they escrow some funds to do that. So, and you also get the internet. But other fees are going to be basically your CDD fee, your community district development, which is going to pay for your clubhouse, which they have a fantastic clubhouse here. But one of the problems I have with showing clubhouses is, oh boy. One of the problems I have showing clubhouses is that the clubhouses there's people in them enjoying it. Nobody wants a camera on them when they're in their bathing suit. So, but it's a beautiful clubhouse with a lazy river, all that kind of stuff. Now, here they have a bathroom. It's a half bath. And again, oh no, the toilet seat's not up. But okay. Here they have an outdoor bathroom. And over here, that's an owner's closet. That's where you would put all your stuff for the pool, anything you were going to take to the parks, any additional clothes, stuff like that. So let's go sit down over here. Now, if you go to my website, celebrating Florida, people are asking Okay, are you with me now? Bitch.
Hi, how are you?
Great, great. Showing around?
Yes.
Okay.
So, esto es como algo que tiene medio bañito para la cocina. ¿Es this storage? Sí, como una parecita aquí para guardar cosas. Sí. Siento más casita es.
How's it doing now? I'm surprised that you're even seeing me right now because I had to go off. Um, worst thing about this is oh, that's terrible. Damn, 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 damn. Okay, let me go inside. I don't know why I was getting a better stream inside.
Aquí abajo está hermoso.
Sí.
Arriba, no.
Nada,
Es que son como muy, o sea, no son tan anchos y son tan largos, ¿no?
Sí.
Pero,
Pero se ven bonitos.
sí,
No,
sí.
vamos.
O sea, que tú decías que era la unidad esta.
Sí, señor.
Este era el mismo.
How's it now? How's it now? Isn't that weird? That is so weird. It's so weird. I'm that inside, and I was trying to get on their Wi-Fi, but anyway, the inside it was better than outside. That's odd. That's usually the reverse is true. Okay. So if anybody comes, I'll put my mask back on. But I wanted to go over with you what some of the great features are of this community and things that you need to, if you want to buy an investment property. Okay. 10, strong word of mouth advertising. I found this with my home that I bought 12 years ago. That's what got me out here. is that if nobody knows where the community is, and it doesn't have and it's not, that's why I like the larger communities, because more people go to them. If you've got 1,000 homes, that means every week 1,000 potential customers are there, and they're telling people about it. If you've got a small community, you only got 100 people telling people about it. And then those smaller communities usually go to half long-term rentals and residences. So it's better to have something that can get strong word of mouth. Very important. One of the best ones would be with strong word of mouth would be Margaritaville, okay? Because you already know that name. You feel confidence in that name. It's sort of like Marriott, right? So is everybody watching? Everybody hearing me? I'm going to say number 9. Oh, this is so frustrating to spend so much time planning these things and then you don't get a communication signal. Yes, okay, yes, thank you, Piglet and Christian. Thank you, I'll move ahead. Okay, you got to have space by the pool. I showed a property the other day, like 2 weeks ago, and there was no space by the pool. So how is that going to photograph well for customers? They're interested in being in, when they want to relax in the home. One of the reasons they're renting a home is so that they can relax a couple of days and not be at the parks. So you've got to have, like this one, space by the pool, and it's got to show up in photographs. Okay, arcade space in the home. I hate this one. Oh my God, I can't stand this one. It drives me crazy because I'm thinking, you know, first of all, to do space in a lot of times when they have garages, they'll convert the garage into a game room, and you would be surprised how people use it. I mean, they really do, even though in the summer it's hot. It is so hot. But if you do put one in the garage, insulate the doors, and if you can even be better, if you can put in its own air conditioning system. Some people vent it in. Some people put one of those, little space air conditioners. Whatever you can do to improve the conditions in in there, that would be terrific. Okay. And also I like it when people bring some of the, if they have a large home, what they'll do is they'll put the arcade and the games, the foosball, the ping pong inside the house. That is a great thing if you could do that. You want to have a south-facing pool whenever possible. I mean, not every house, only 25% of them are facing south, but there's a great feature to have if you can get it, because then the sun goes east to west. It's on the pool all day long. And that's something when you advertise, you can educate people about it. Basketball, tennis courts, pickleball, anything that they can take them away, make them feel like they're in a resort, that they've got all these different things to entertain themselves with. Ample parking. How amazing it is that some of these older communities, the ones that were built in like 2000, 2005, they really didn't have enough parking. I mean, I'm shocked. This community and like Paradise Palms, everything after like 2010 started to realize that one of the drawbacks was they didn't have enough parking. And, I don't like to see that when I see like one parking space in front of the house, but if there's parking across the street, good. And maybe adjunct parking down the street, because most of the time it's only one car, most of the time. But many times it could be several cars. You want to be close to the Walmart or the grocery stores. Absolutely very impossible. Very, very important to be near a grocery store, because honestly, these are going to be the things that if you were renting, you would ask for. You know, how far the grocery store? Oh, it's down the street. The Walmart from here is about 5 miles down the road. It's on the way to Disney World. Boom. Perfect. It's probably one of the most crowded Walmarts that there is, but it's clean and it's nice and I like it. It's a good one. The first floor bedroom is very important, because a lot of people are, the reason they're renting an entire house as opposed to one room is they want to bring grandma with them. Maybe they want to bring another relative with them. So they got 3 rooms for the nuclear family, and then another room upstairs for the uncle or aunt, and then another room for grandma and grandpa, you know. Gate it. Number one question by far that I would get was this, and number one. A lot of people are concerned if there is a, you know, how safe it is. The first question they ask is, you know, is it safe? Is it near Disney? And so the answer being, well, we do have 24-hour security, and you'll be greeted at the gate by our attendant. I don't like to say guard. You know, it sounds like they need a, they got a machine gun there or something like that. Because it's honestly, when you have that type of monitoring of the system, you don't have that many issues. Not going to say it's not going to happen, but you could have. Then number one, close to Disney World. Obviously, you want to be close to Disney World. Here's the thing. This is 20 minutes to Disney World. I would say that is the furthest you should be from Disney World. Unless you've got something else that's going to interest them. For example, golf. Well, then you could be a little further out, because if the father wants to golf, well, the golf places are a little further out. There is a great golf community right near here, Reunion, which has some interesting homes as well. I love it. Love the community. It is got all the features that you need, and it's got golf. Stormtroopers at the gate. Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to give them the opinion that I always say it's got an attendant. You'll be greeted at the entrance by an attendant. One of my customers said the best description was, this is an exclusive community where you'll be greeted at the entrance by an attendant. Beautiful. Beautiful. It sounds secure, but it doesn't sound like we need a guard, you know, because you just want someone who's monitoring it, you know. And a lot of these places do have 24/7 security. They have someone driving around. So anyway, we're going to move on to the single family home now. And I'm going to talk to you about things that people overlook in the homes. And we're going to go to a home that we currently have one of these available at $462. That's all in with the with everything, all the furnishings, everything that you're going to see. So, I'm sorry.
So there are 3 parts.
You still filming?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna bring them in here. So,
Absolutely. I'm leaving. I'm going to go over to the hideaway now.
Okay, perfect.
And maybe I'll meet you over there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to go over to the hideaway now, and we'll talk about this. There's a model of this available for $462, and this is a 6-bedroom. Do you want to come in and give us any specs or anything like that? We'd love it.
Perfect.
Ooh. Okay, so, oh, this is so beautiful.
It is. So a couple.
Yeah, I can't put the map up again. I'm sorry. Okay, I know it's lagging and it's frozen. Let me see if I stand here, how well I get. Okay, so we have a full kitchen over here. We have 2 bedrooms here, a master primary bedroom right there. And then we have a single family, a regular bedroom right there. Okay. I can send you, if you want, I can, and I'll link it to this page, little instructions about how to get here. You're watching on YouTube, so that's good. And also, any of your DVC family members, if you ever hear of anybody who's selling their DVC points, I know a good place to go. I also can, go to sell your DVC points if they're thinking of buying a home. If they're thinking of buying a home. So I'm going to see if I'm going to step inside and see if we get any more of that buffering. If not, I'll try to go upstairs. So this has 6 bedrooms here. It's a gas community. So everybody can hear me? Okay, let's go upstairs. I don't know why it was doing that just a little while ago. We're going to head upstairs. Hey, Joanne, thank you so much, Joanne. Now, look at all this space up here. This is great. This is terrific because just like you see here, I said earlier, where you can put the game room in the house. That is a great feature to have because, one of the things is when they're shopping around, they're going to see a lot of homes where they say game room, and you see a picture of the garage door in there. still there? Oh, for God. How you doing? Idiots. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, loud music playing out of a car. Okay, so here we are. That it's got this large area and it's very flexible. You don't have to use it like it is right now, where you have it as a TV room. So we're going to, because of the communications, I'm going to, I'm going to speed through this. Here you have a nice big room with a king size bed, nearby bath. Oh, I love this wallpaper. Now that is not Epcot, but it certainly looks like it. Could you imagine getting an Epcot wall? That would be great. Dual vanity, step-in shower. We'll go over here and then we'll go outside and talk a little. See if I get a good signal outside. Oh, here's a nice Star Wars room. Now, I would just be careful about anything you leave in. Oh, go away. I touched it. Stop. So you got a nice Star Wars room, but look how easy this is to decorate like this. All I did is paint the beds gray, right? This is a normal bed. It's a gray bed. And then you just have a bunch of Star Wars memorabilia up on the walls. I mean, that's a little exotic, but everything else is pretty basic. So is everybody watching? Everybody hearing me? And then here we go on the other side, a little Mickey room. Look at this. I mean, this is now, now, if I'm, look at that. And then you've got the fake brick against it. But I've never seen anything like that. I really like that. Look at that. Oh, good, Piglet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, seeing and hearing. Fantastic. Well, what I'll do is I'll do my my rest of my things to remember, for owning a vacation rental. And if you have any questions, please ask. Now, this one, this is really, really cute. I mean, this is really cute. And it's very simple to do. Now, I would probably do something else on the walls because you want to remember that oftentimes the kids are picking the house. The kids are picking the house. The parents are showing them the pictures and they want the special rooms. The other thing that I always say is you got to differentiate the rooms. You have, because people are lower rooms, so you number the rooms. You put a house, say room number 5, and you tell them what the rooms, I always gave my rooms a name. Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna go through. There we go. There we go. Things. And let's see. So, if you were interested in owning a short-term rental, here's 10 of the things that I learned along the way. Okay. Number one, take professional photography. When my sister had a house, I took the photographs. I spent a lot of time, creating the photographs. I, centered them. I knew exactly what I wanted in each photograph. Spent a lot of effort. For the first 6 months, bookings did not come in as quickly as I wanted them to. Once I changed to a professional photography and professional photography photographs, we were booked 45 to 48 weeks out of the year. So, and we were in a community that I personally wouldn't fully recommend because it didn't have those features that I had already talked to you about. Didn't have those type of features. So, number one thing is take professional photography. Number two is make sure your air conditioner is properly labeled. You don't want to have an air conditioner that doesn't give them instructions not to go below 75 or worse 70, because when you go below Hey, okay. Are you all guys all with me? Okay. Because when the air conditioners work like this, if you've set it at 70, they have to cool at 50. So if you set it at 60, they have to cool at 40. And soon you're getting close to freezing. So a lot of people who come from overseas don't know we use Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. And they'll bring it down to the lowest temperature possible. And soon enough, you have to, you bring in an AC repair person in to take away the ice that's accumulated. So very important to label. Don't go below this degree. Also important to label the doors that the AC will shut off if the air condition is on, and you can get a switch that does that. Okay. Keep an emergency key near the front door. Most of these are managed by having an electronic keypad where you give them the code the day before they come in. Well, technology can have problems. So I always leave an extra key in a lockbox with an emergency number, and maybe 2 times a year I need it. It's just something you should do because you don't want your managers to have to run down at night and open up for them. Okay. No candles in the house. Right here. Oh my gosh. How silly. How silly. That's inviting a disaster. Right here, there's candles. So a lot of times I'll sell homes that are already decorated. The first thing we do is throw out the candles. You can get a lock on the pool access door. Very important, as a matter of fact, to do this. The locks, if you've ever seen the sliding glass doors, that they have those locks, we have to switch over and then put the latch down. Those are crummy. Those are really the worst. That's the number one way people break into houses. If what they'll do is they'll put a crowbar under the door, lift it up, have your TVs, have all your stuff within 2 minutes and they're gone. Okay. But if they put a crowbar under the door and it's got a cal bolt, CAL/bolt, BOLT, the only way they'll get in is smashing the window, and they won't do that because that's very noisy. Okay. Here's a tip that I really found that was very important, because first impressions are everything. You want to keep the front of the house extremely clean, as clean as it's going to be inside. And I went to a house the other day, and it was a red door, and there were marks all over it. It was absolutely filthy. It was absolutely filthy. Also, the driveway needed to be power washed. It hadn't been. You don't have to do this every week, but you should do it every 6 months or a year. Maybe when you come into town to visit your home, you take out some Fantastic and you clean your frickin' door. Or better yet, you paint it, because it's first impressions. And for your guests, I cannot tell you how important first impressions are. So because they will call you and say they didn't like this, they didn't like that there was wrappers on the front. Well, the wrapper blew in there, I mean, we can't monitor the whole neighborhood, but take care of what you have. Tell your cleaners to or your manager to go and clean the front door every once in a while. So very, very, very important. I mean, the first impressions. Everybody wants to have different colored linens, because at home we have these linens for this room, all that match. Now, I always say, paint the rooms all different colors so that each room has its own identity. But the linens have to be white if you're going to be purchasing them yourselves. Some management companies will bring their own linens. And then you switch them out when you're staying. Maybe you have your own linens that you keep in your utility closet. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Yes, I remember that name. Fantastic, fantastic. So it may seem like a small point, but when I first bought my first house, I ordered all these linens that were, blue for this room. And no, your cleaners, honestly, they don't have the time to figure out what color goes where. It's all white. And I also would mark each linen with a laundry marker that said queen, king, twins, just so they save that extra couple of seconds deciding where to put something. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Every room should have ceiling fans, every room, because it's going to save you on electric bills, because ceiling fans and ceramic tile or porcelain tile reduce the temperature of the room by 5 degrees. Okay. So better to do that than have the air conditioner, right? Right now I can hear that the air conditioner is not on in here and it's 74 degrees. That's perfect. Okay. So, but don't have it operating off of a pull chain. Okay. It's very dangerous because a kid will climb up on a chair and try to pull on the chain. So what you do is on the light switches as they enter the room, okay, you say operate fan from light switch only. They'll never climb up there again because they know that's what controls it. And you turn it on. You know how you turn, because what happens is people turn it off at the fan, and then you try to turn it on the switch, it doesn't work. And then they got to climb up on the bed and do it. Now, this was on an episode of Judge Judy, okay, where the 80-year-old grandma climbed up on the bed, pulled the cord fell off the bed, crashed into a mirror, and sued the owners. So, Anthony, I'm going to get to your question in just a couple of seconds. And I will pretty much agree with you on that anytime you can avoid that, I will pretty much agree with you. So now they won, the owners won, because the Judge Judy said, you saw that you had to get onto the bed. You know you could have called someone younger to do it, but you didn't. Why leave yourself opening for someone to hurt themselves? I see it all the time. I walk into houses that I'm showing and I can't operate anything. I can't turn on the lights because they're operating, and everything's confusing. So imagine if you're staying there and you don't know how to operate anything. You got to label everything so that they feel like you have anticipated their needs. So I put labels everywhere, because as I saw a problem, I'd put up a label. And the calls stopped. It was wonderful. The air conditioning calls stopped. It was great. It was really great because they want to know that you're caring about them. Okay. Got two more. Oh, here's a good, really, this is a good one. I like this one a lot. This is something I had to learn. I wanted to have a free grill for my guests. Sounds like a great idea, right? Okay, it's not a great idea. Don't do that. Don't supply a grill for them free. Do not. Absolutely do not supply a grill free. The reason is this. The majority, almost every cleaner will not provide a cleaning service for the grill too. They won't gas it up, okay? And they won't get it cleaned, okay? So unless you're paying an extra $50 to these people to do that, don't do it, because they won't probably even use the grill. Also, it's dangerous. So one of the things is I strongly suggest is you get a service that you recommend that charges about $50 for the week. They rent the grill. It arrives clean with a full tank of gas. And the reason is, if you charge them $50 for the grill, you're not insured. Never put yourself in the position of not being insured. Okay. And the last one I find really important. And Anthony, I'm going to answer your question in just a second. The last one is actually very important. It seems very simple. No glass by the pool ever. Ever. When I sell a foreclosed home, when I was selling them 5-6 years ago, and they were fully furnished, and I'm still selling fully furnished homes. So when I sell the fully furnished homes, I tell them the first thing: remove everything that's glass, everything that's breakable. Boy, lights are on movement. That's good. That'll save you money. So whenever I see that, I always say, take out any glassware, okay? By the glassware, you put a sign that's where you have the plasticware now. Put a sign that says, no glass by pool. Please remember this when purchasing beverages. Broken glass by pool will require draining of the pool and loss of your security deposit. The thing is, they're not going to tell you if they break glass by the pool. They're not going to tell you. So just keep reminding them, no glass by pool. I put it in the refrigerator. I put it where the glasswares are. I put it at the door to the pool. Never had an issue, but other people do. If they break a glass, they're not going to tell you because they're afraid that they're going to get fined. You know, well, they're not going to tell you. And then someone's going to walk out there with bare feet, cut themselves, and have a real problem. I would not open myself up for that liability. So just warn people. I always say prevention is everything. If you've warned them, they will probably listen. Okay. Anthony has a great question. What are your thoughts about avoiding the I-4 freeway and buying homes north of Four Corners? Any recommendation? Okay. Well, Anthony, it doesn't have to necessarily be north of Four Corners, because north of Four Corners is Claremont. I would say that you are correct. Now, I'm selling one that's in Four Corners right now. It's under contract. You want to be the Four Corners section where Kissimmee is a 10-minute drive to Disney World. Here, I would recommend people taking Old Lake Wilson straight up to the 192. You turn and you're a half a mile from Disney. Perfect. You don't have to get on the 4. The 4 can be very congested, and sometimes it can be a parking lot. Now, with the pandemic, people are lulled into this false sense of security that they're going to be able to get around really quickly. An area that can be congested a lot is Champions Gate. And I think that is one of the most poorly constructed areas around. So when you're getting out of Champions Gate, just hop on the 27 up to Disney. Don't go because it seems quicker to hop on the 4. You'd be quicker if you take the 27. So I would say that that's probably one of the best areas. Now, is to be really close up the Kissimmee 192 section, where this is. There's also Reunion, which is about 10 minutes, maybe 8, 9 minutes closer. But it's a beautiful community. I always say you want to be anywhere where the people don't have to get into their car to drive to the community center. I don't like when they have to get in a car and drive there. That doesn't feel like I'm on vacation, So that's a really great community too. When you go Reunion, which is a little bit closer to Disney than this is. One of the best communities is Windsor Hills. That is 8 minutes to Disney World when you get out of the community. It's got Walmart nearby. It's got attendant at the gate. It's got everything that's there. It's a little older, and you get the drawbacks that come with being a little older, which means you got to check when the roof was redone, if it was redone. And you've got to get probably a new air conditioner because the air conditioners now are much better. So I would just, think about that when you're thinking about where the location is, because the most important thing is to be 10 minutes to Disney. And you're not 10 minutes to Disney if you have to get on the I-4. You're not. Because the I-4 can sometimes be a parking lot. Is the new development off Western Way starting yet? Oh, it is. Oh my gosh, DVC family, it certainly is. But there's a lot of different developments that are there. Coronado Springs, those who know where Coronado Springs is, at the corner of Coronado Springs is Western Way. You take Western Way, it's 3 miles. It seems like a long way, but you take Western Way's 3 miles. Maybe it's 2. I don't know. Anyway, and right at there is the 429, but also is Flamingo Crossing. Now, this Flamingo Crossing is a Disney project, which is a shopping plaza designed by Disney. It's supposedly going to be very Disney-esque. I used to think it was going to be Disney Springs Light, but you know, I would say yes, it is a Disney Spring. Yeah, it's going to be very nice. I mean, there's going to be, but it's not Disney Springs type stores. There's going to be a Target. There's a Ben and Jerry's, which would be nice. There's a Five Guys Burger and Fries. There's Walgreens. I think there's 2 pizza places in there. So 29 restaurants and shops right there. That's Flamingo Crossing. Just south of there is Oasis. And I'm very excited about Oasis. I can't wait to tell you about Oasis. Oasis is the best thing ever. Because Oasis is an over 55 community that's right there. Now, that's going to be starting in fall. That's when they're going to start selling. So if they're starting to sell, you're going to need at least 9 months to move in. But it's literally 2 minutes until you see the Disney sign from the exit of the community. I mean, come on. There, with so many people who are over 55, who want to work at Disney World, who want to, imagine just being able to be there in 5-10 minutes. That is crazy. It's crazy how close it is. There's other communities that are not further away. Right up the street is a community developed by MI Homes. Down the streets are Waterley, Winding Bay. These are all non-short-term rental. No short-term rental allowed. So anyway, but there is an investment community that I would like to talk to you about. I did a bunch of videos on it called The Grove. If anybody is interested in that, please talk to me about it. That, everything is handled by you. Anthony is saying, thanks for the input. I'll adjust my parameters to avoid Champions Gate, I-4 and 4 corners. Let me do that for you, Anthony. Because you kind of got to understand where the traffic flows. Like this is nice, but it's 20 to 25 minutes away from Disney. It's very beautiful. The price is reflected in how far away it is, because it's a little bit less than the other communities. Now, there's a nice community called Windsor Island, which is 15 minutes from Disney. And it's not a bad 15 minutes, because once that new road gets in, you're going to be able to zip right up West Side Drive into Disney World. And you'll pass Flamingo Crossing on the way. Beautiful. Has the high vacancy rates of COVID-affected rental homes sale pricing? No, they're still selling. Margaritaville is, for one, I know that is really renting very well, because that's most of their customers come from, the United States. So this is brand name recognition. They're driving here. They want to go to the parks, and they want a resort when they can't get there to the park. So it hasn't affected the pricing. The pricing are still solid. And honestly, I don't want people to be suffering right now. When you think about it, a lot of the resorts are closed. So people are thinking, well, I'll stay here. I'll go to Universal, right? Instead of staying on property. Come on. Okay. So no, it really hasn't affected the prices here, and when I go to these communities, the first thing I notice is there are so many cars in the middle of the day at the properties. Then you figure how many cars have taken people to the actual parks, so that's why they're not parked there. So when I see a lot of cars, I go, wow, this means that people are really here, you know? So, you know, they're really taking advantage of they're renting. They're renting. So does anybody else have any other questions? Anthony, I'd love you to reach out again if you have anything that you want to talk about. There's a lot of communities that I can recommend. And a lot of communities that I can recommend, like actually one of the great communities I think right now is for resales is Paradise Palms. Paradise Palms has a beautiful community center. It's the homes are fully furnished, but they're only like 6 or 7 years old. They got clay roofs, and they're in the 300s for a 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom home. You're 10 minutes to Disney. It's got an incredible community center with very reasonable HOA fees. Actually, the HOA fees were a lot higher at one point. But once the homeowners take over the HOA, they start looking at the expenses and start, figuring out the best way to do things. So I think they got a lot of bad rap for that. So there's a lot of homes in there that are really great. Paradise Palms. Then there's Windsor Island and Solara. Windsor at West Side and Solara, and then Windsor Island. Some of the older communities, I want to look for a community that has features. I want to look for a community that's gated. I want to look for a community that's close to Walmart. I want all those things that I was mentioning, and I want a downstairs bedroom. And they usually have that at Paradise Palms. Okay, so does anybody have any questions for me? Yeah, Paradise Palms, Dan. And by the way, hi, Dan. Paradise Palms. I just think it's like this, undiscovered country. There's several hundred homes there. Beautiful, beautiful community center with a cinema in it. It's got a sundry shop. It's got an arcade. It's got a resort style pool. It's got, all these extra features there. I mean, they really went all out. So that is a really nice community for resales. So please remember to like and share my videos. I'm posting a couple of videos soon about the Oasis with some videos that I took at another community that's built by the same builder, showing off the models. So they're going to be posting soon, and then I'm going to try to get some other videos up there about the models as well. So if anybody has any questions for me, anything you want to talk about before I hang up here. This is a beautiful home. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to sign off. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. I went a lot longer than I thought I was going to do. So that means it's close to 2:00 now, 2:15. So anyway, but thank you so much for watching. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate my audience very much. If you can like and share, if I can only go to new constructions. Okay. And the reason is a resale isn't going to let me in. And people don't like cameras, even if they're selling the house, they don't like cameras touring around and telling people where everything is. So it's better to go to the new constructions, the beautiful models and all that than to go to somebody's individual home. Maybe unless they've already moved out. Most don't. So anyway, so that's where I'm always at new construction. If you have any questions, if you want to be interviewed on air by me to talk about your needs in a home and review some of the things that we're talking about here, I love doing that. Anytime someone wants to talk, and then we figure out what you're really looking for, and we can start you up with a really good search. I mean, or we could just talk about homes that are living in Central Florida in general. So thank you so much. I appreciate all your time. Okay. See you soon next week. Making the dream of a Disney lifestyle a reality. I'm Victor Naraki. Contact me on Facebook at Naraki Realtor or my website, celebratingflorida.com. Thanks for watching Disney at Your Doorstep.